Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 replay. This one's going to take place on Slag Pits. I am the blue Terran Ketroc, spawning in the 12 o'clock position, and in the 3 o'clock is Dazed, my Zerg opponents. So this is the match immediately after the one where I went Mass Ravens versus Terran and pulled it off. So I'm like, if I can pull off a crazy strategy like that, I'm going to go for the craziest thing Ketroc has ever done. And that is, I'm going to try to play like a regular Terran. We're going to attempt a 2-Rax opening. And we got good, like, if I'm going to try something for the first time, especially on the ladder where I'm against opponents who are actually practicing their builds, unlike what I'm about to do, this is the map for it, at least. It is Slag Pits, close position, so it should work well for 2-Rax play. So basically what you want to do is to open with 2 barracks and no gas, and then you use those Marines to put on pressure. And then at any point you can kind of cut back that pressure and throw down your command center. Then you can start working on your gas, and that's kind of the idea behind it. When to get these barracks, I have no idea. I've heard of getting them with 11 supply and 12 supply, or 11 supply and 11 supply, or 12 and 14. I have no idea. I'm just building 2 barracks, and we'll see how it works. Looks like it's going to end up being like 12 and 14 for me, I guess. So I scouted that he had nothing going on here, so I'm moving out and checking out his expo. Or blocking his expo, I should say. Because I was expecting the 15 hatch, and here is the 15 hatch attempt. Once you block it for long enough, you can actually take off, because I guarantee you he's not going to be throwing down a hatchery right now. And the reason he's not is because he just spent the money getting the spawning pool and extractor. That's a reaction Zerg has to do if you block his 15 hatch. So he's going to have a late spawning pool, which is going to work out really well for my harass, hopefully. At the same time, though, I've been completely strapped myself economically by consistently pulling SCVs to kill this drone unsuccessfully. Finally, the thing dies. And yeah, looks like I'm about to be supply caps in 19. So problem here. This is what you want to do if you 15 hatch. What you do is you build a hatchery and you bring down an Overlord to spot for it, because a hatchery can't see anything and you're never going to catch the bunker. However, the Overlord is not on top of the hatchery. Just put it right on top. It's so easy. In fact, it's even moving further away to kind of find out where that SCV went, because the SCV did move out this direction. But that's not what you want to do, because my SCV has snuck around and I was building in his blind spot. If you just keep the Overlord on top, you will never have to worry about bunkers, at least not bunkers being in range of a hatchery. Given, I guess you could build a bunker out over here outside of his sight range and kind of just poke in and out. Okay, so maybe I'll take it back, because the positioning is okay with here at the Overlord, but I was still able to find an opening in the back. Only problem with being in the back here is you're never going to be able to get reinforcements there. You should be able to snipe all your reinforcements with the Zerglings. That's right, 1 pot shot with the Marine. Now he's going to have a tough time keeping this hatchery up. I do have 2 SCVs, so I'm not worried about it, but if you have no SCVs or only 1, you might want to, well, I guess no SCVs. But if you have 1, you might want to think of like half building a supply depot here and half building another one here. And that way your bunker won't get surrounded by speedlings. But I knew a spawning pool was down late anyway, so I'm not too worried about what's up here. Same time, yep, it looks like I got to use my forced orbital energy on a supply drop, because that's just how bad I am. And starting on my command center. Sorry about that, I had my vent server running, or I was on a vent server at the time, so not sure if that actually got recorded by Fraps or not. Anyways, looks like this sucker's getting low. I'm feeling pretty confident now, so I think I'm going to try to send my SCVs home, but with metabolic boost on these Zerglings, that will be a fruitless endeavor, we'll say. Goodbye, SCVs. Focus firing the hatchery here instead of the Zerglings. because, yeah. Because the whole point of this is to kill the hatchery. What you should actually do right now is pull out all your SCVs and salvage this bunker. The bunker is, you're not going to get an extra 75 minerals worth of damage out of it, so you may as well get your 75 minerals back. Although I guess it did delay his hatchery an extra few seconds. I don't know. No biggie. Unfortunately, I'm not as far ahead home as I should be, because, you know, like I was saying, I'd never actually do this build. Thrown down 3 barracks, which kind of doesn't make sense. I could have built my command center low ground and thrown up some bunkers all off the 2 racks, and then thrown down more facilities. Instead, I'm stuck with a high ground orbital command. And I don't even think that's a solid seal from a bailing bus, because command centers don't have a corner piece. Little fun fact there. Same with Nexus and hatcheries. There's no corner hex here, so you can probably actually walk right through this. It is allowing me to get my SCV count up though and throw down some extra mules. And as soon as my command center is done, I got my double gas immediately, because I want to start getting upgrades and teching towards medevacs. My plan is to get us a whole bunch of upgraded marines and see what I can do with them. So building some low ground bunkers and raising my supply depot so I can't actually build a second one. That was not smart on my part. And if I can get these complete, just got some marines here to help protect it. Then I can move down, fill up these bunkers, and then try to throw down a couple more bunkers, and then I'll feel pretty safe versus any sort of all-in attack. Meanwhile, Zerg is getting +1, working on some Zerglings. Getting a lair. He's got an Evo chamber. Alright, interesting. Income tab. I'm ahead. With every orbital considered like a +4 harvester advantage. So I got 2 orbitals, so it's more like I'm at 39 to 34. Because an orbital, basically the amount of mule you can get from it's about the equivalent of 4 additional workers. Oh my god, I'm so bad. So a whole bunch of speedlings getting in. 2, 3. I think I heard 4 explosions there. And even killing off about 4 marines. 5 marines. So maybe 5 marines and 5 SCVs falling there. So that was definitely a win for him, despite losing a handful of Zerglings. And also lost a bunch of mining time. 1-1 upgrades on the way though. Got my reactor here waiting for a starport, which I can't afford because I don't have enough gas. Do have my low ground set up here. Okay, 2 more gas. I think I might want to try this build again with only 3 gas. Oh, look at this. Queuing up all my SUVs in front of my... Oh, I already know what link I'm going to use for the thumbs up fact today. It'll be a good one, don't worry. Funny stuff. Yeah, so I'm feeling okay shape here. 3rd bunker. Getting a missile turret in the back. I didn't really do anything to force him to build Mutalisk, so I'm just going to hope he does it. If he went Ling and Fester, then it was kind of pointless for me to get all these all these missile turrets. I guess the last time I played standard TVP, it was always Mutalisks, but that's not the case these days. There's other options for Zergs. Yeah, so I got this tech lab really early, and I'm just realizing now I forgot to use it, so only starting my upgrades now. Well, no, I already got combat shield, but still really late. I mean, we're 13 minutes in, I don't even have combat shield and stim yet. And starting my 2-2 upgrades, so I guess we're going to time this when my 2-2 upgrades finishes, because I'm probably not going to have stim until around the same time. Getting a few more reactors on my barracks, so my production's pretty good now. I got 5 barracks, 4 of them are going to have reactors, so I can build 9 Marines at a time. That's pretty good. First handful of Mutalisks are out, which is good. I wanted him to go Mutas. That's obviously something you really want when you're going Mass Marine, because if you force him to fight with his Mutas, once you go offensive, you will force him to fight with his Mutas. Mutas are just probably the least cost-effective thing in the game versus Marines. Okay, that might be an overstatement, but we'll say they're not cost-effective at all. I mean, they cost 200, and a Marine only costs 50, and Marines just obliterate Mutalisks. Looks like I got some more idle workers going on right in my mineral line this time. A little tougher to spot. Looks like he's going to catch my factory. No! Sweet! And this factory is just set up on a patrol around the map. Just get an idea of where the expos are at. So a lot of Zerglings were just made by another 20 coming, making a bunch of Balings. So it looks like he's about to time a gigantic attack, but it's going to coincide with my gigantic attack, because I'm just finishing my 2-2 upgrades. So it's interesting how it would have turned out. However, I just loaded my medevacs, which is going to be a complete suicide for me. I need my Marines on the ground and ready to fight. Oh my god, this is terrible. So I'm attempting to unload my medevacs here, but they're not even spread out, so I'm getting a terrible carpeting. Balings are still able to get a good spread, plus the Marines are just not fighting altogether. That's about as bad as could have gone. I do have my 2-2 up though, which is nice, but still. It's funny. Marines are so good when you have like 1 medevac per Marine, basically. This is what happens sometimes when you start losing all your Marines, but your medevacs survive the fight. And that's going to be it for my Marine count, and I see my orbital is burning up in the corner there. However, another wave of Marines coming, and they're going to funnel right into this choke, which is perfect. Yeah! Pushed him out. And oh my god! 20 hit points! 15, 13 hit points I went down to. Mules do not repair faster in SCV, so this is a complete waste of mules, but, you know, I kind of want to keep the orbital alive, so. Sue me. So I survived it, however, harvester count is now 40 over 17. Not so hot. A couple free muta kills, I'll take that. I'll take whatever I can get at this point. Zerg is taking a third. Very tough map for Zerg in these positions, as there's no easy to take third, so just take one really far away, which is the idea. If you can't protect it, at least to make it difficult for me to engage without leaving my own base open. So he's getting ready for another push. So am I, however, loading up my medevacs, unloading the weak one. Yeah, don't want to load up a weak medevac. And yeah, heading out. But at the same time, he's coming in. Not good. And that's why you don't load up the weak medevac, because they'll just fall with 8 Marines in it like that. And now getting a proper carpet bomb. This is the idea. When you're up against Balings and you only have Marines, you need the spread. And with a spread like this, these Balings are going to do very little splash damage. Yeah. Those Balings are probably only hitting like 2 Marines apiece. And I think anytime a Baling doesn't hit at least 4 Marines, it's like a waste of a Baling. However, he did finish off my dead orbital, so I'm considering myself all in at this point. I feel I have an army advantage right now, and I think I gotta win the game right now. So I'm not going to build another command center. In a pinch I can float this over, but yeah, I'm just going to accept that I'm going to be on one base economy. Catching some morphing eggs, always something to look for. Unlike regular eggs, bailing eggs you can actually kill. Picked up those marines just so the splash damage wouldn't be that terrible from the bailings. And here we go, his natural is down and he's going to lose a whole bunch of drones. Yeah, now we're both under 20 harvesters. Payback's a bitch. Looks like my factory did catch sight of the expansion here, so I'm sending out a small force of 6 marines and a medevac, which I think is enough to clean it up. Same time coming up here, finishing off more bailing eggs, and that is GG. 2-2 upgrades really paying for themselves. Couldn't even afford to start my 3-3, let alone use them. And yeah, with the high gas count, I decided to get a Tech Lab starport. I think I'm going to do that from now on for a couple of reasons. I've heard of trying to force your opponent to get mutas by getting a couple Banshees out. So I'll probably be doing that, just getting a couple Banshees to force out mutas, because you want them to get mutas when you go to Mass Marine. And maybe if I really need a gas sink, I can just start pumping out Ravens as well. I have a little bit of knowledge about how to use Ravens, so... yeah, interesting game. Well, actually, probably not if you ever play TVP. This is probably just a very normal game that was poorly implemented by me, but it was interesting to me in that I never play normal. So this is my non-standard. Yeah, I don't have much to say. So, thumbs up link will be in the description. Really funny video. At least I thought so. Check out the player who exits the game. I don't want to spoil it, but I think that's the funniest part of the video. Anyways, with that, thank you everyone, and goodbye.